Hey man, what's going on everyone? Top Gun Maverick, one of the best movies this year. Gonna make a short video kind of reviewing it, so yeah, let's get into it. This is a sequel to the first movie, a very, very boring, very gay movie. But it's also one of the more interesting movies as I'm not sure if this directly jump-started Tom Cruise's career, or if it was, what was it, fucking Platoon? Wait, he wasn't in that movie, was he? No, he was in Outsiders, my bad. I don't know. Either way, this is one of his first major roles in the movies. He got his somewhat big start, and he worked with Tony Scott in a couple other movies. Days of Thunder. And yeah, Top Gun is a movie that I fucking don't like. It's so boring that I literally, because I had to rewatch it before I saw this new one, right? And I had to force myself, and I just said, you know what, I already know what happens. I'm just going to skip to the cool fighter pilot stuff, which there are some cool moments, even for 1986. What they managed to do with that movie is still pretty good. So, yeah, just overall, the first movie is so fucking boring. So, how do you make a sequel? What do you really do with a sequel to a movie that doesn't really have a plot? Well, you give the movie a plot. You give it a simple plot. You give it a basic plot. That's one of the biggest issues, I think, with current Hollywood, is that usually one thing gets perfected while everything else is kind of sidelined. And that's not really the issue with Top Gun Maverick. This movie has great writing, in my opinion, great performances, a great score by Hans Zimmer. God damn, right? Cinematography that's fucking gorgeous, outstanding action that honestly, I don't know how the fuck they're going to be able to pull anything off nearly as this. And again, it's all in one package. It's simple. Top Gun Maverick to me it's a bittersweet movie because this goes to show that it's one of the last few movies that takes the filmmaking aspect kind of serious. Alongside the Mission Impossible movies, yeah man, this movie was just fucking balls to the wall nuts. It was insane. It was interestingly shot. Now I want to talk about one specific thing, was IMAX, as there's really only a couple of filmmakers in this industry that know how to shoot with IMAX. Obviously, Nolan comes to mind. He's like one of the first one. I know recently IMAX has been working heavily with Marvel movies. I know they've been formatting their movies to the proper aspect ratio to IMAX. J.J. Abrams, he has worked with IMAX. A whole lot of filmmakers work with IMAX. And one of the reasons for that is IMAX is kind of hard to film. It's not exactly the most easy format to film anything in. It is, in my opinion, exceptionally hard to film anything in IMAX. You have to factor in, and that's celluloid, if they're shooting on proper 70mm. If they're not shooting, they're shooting on aerial X's, and either way, these cameras are difficult to shoot with. So, to my surprise, when I found out that this movie heavily shot in IMAX, like most aerial shots, most air combat, and most cockpit shots have IMAX cameras tied to them, I was pretty much blown away. And you could tell, some of these shots are massive. When you see them on screen, they open up and it looks so fucking good. I highly recommend you catch this in IMAX, although you won't have much of a chance by the time this goes up. It probably would be out of IMAX or has a couple days left in IMAX. I didn't intend to see this movie. Everyone was just talking about how good it was, and frankly, I've been trying to support lesser big budget IP movies and more independent movies, since that's sort of what kind of gets flown out there, or these big budget, Marvel, Disney movies, right? And there's nothing wrong with them. I like them, but when there's an overabundance, you kind of have to wonder, all right, I'm ready for something new, and I'm glad Top Gun Mavericks did that for me. The story was really well. I think Miles Teller really did a good job. Alongside Glenn Powell, I didn't really see him in much. I know he was in Everybody Wants Some. You had so many great actors, but again, Glenn Powell, Miles Teller, and Tom Cruise, I think stole the show for me. I think they had really had great performances. And yeah, overall, just a phenomenal movie. And obviously, I think I want this movie to be successful. I want more. When a movie has a budget, I want it to show that it has a budget. I don't want it to look like everything was done via digital computer imagery. Yes, that looks gorgeous sometimes, and don't get me wrong, there are some movies that I think look great in digital imagery, but overall, you could clearly tell that some movies have a higher budget and others don't, and those that get prioritized usually don't warrant such a high budget, and they just look, I don't know. Go support Top Gun. I'm rambling too much. Go support this movie. Go watch that. And then, just go support movies that look and have this bigger scale rather than the traditional Marvel, Disney, and whatever else. Yeah, so before I wrap this up, I do want to say that I will have a review for Jurassic World. Unironically, I'm talking shit about these big budget movies, but the new movie comes out Friday, and it looks bad, so I'll definitely be watching that. I also will try to get more stuff out there, more content up here. I haven't really been as tentative to this channel as I should be. So yeah, just stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.